using these cups and spoons measurements for my recipe today. Okay, so I have used half a cup of ghee. To this I will be using half a cup of my powdered sugar. Okay, so this powdered sugar, like if you are grinding your normal sugar in a powdered form, normally if you get it from store, they have some corn flour in it. So if you are using your homemade sugar and if you are doing it in a powder form, just add corn flour to half cup of your powdered sugar. Okay, so which I have already added half tablespoon of corn flour to this half cup of powdered sugar. Now I will be mixing my powdered sugar with my ghee. Okay, so I am just mixing this powdered sugar with the ghee and whisker, and I will be just mixing both of these ingredients pretty well. Okay. You have to mix it quite well till you see that there are no lumps formed in your ghee and sugar mixture. Okay, so in your just see to it that you are whisking it properly. Okay. See, you will have a look like it's getting whitish, white in color. Okay, so see to it that you are mixing it quite some time till it gets well incorporated. This is a very simple recipe with very simple ingredients. Okay. Once the mixing is done properly, just keep this mixture aside, and now you have to take your dry ingredients. Okay, now I will be using some dry ingredients. Like I will be, whenever you are taking your dry ingredients, be it maida, baking powder or anything, you have to sieve them so that there are no other objects that comes in your dough. Okay, so today I will be taking, like I have taken 1 cup, this 1 cup of my maida. Okay, so I am taking this entire 1 cup of maida here. Okay, then to this I am adding 2 tablespoons of my besan. Okay, normal home besan, you can use 2 tablespoons of your home besan. Okay, to this I will be adding 1 tablespoon of suji. Okay, this is normal upma rava. To this I am adding 1 tablespoon of suji. Then I will be taking 1 teaspoon of my baking powder. Okay, so I have taken all these ingredients together, and I will be taking half a teaspoon of my elaichi. Okay, so I have taken maida, I have taken suji, I have taken baking powder, I have taken besan. So all this I have taken together and I will be sieving it. You can discard the last portion if it's not clean, you can discard it. Okay, so once this is done, I will be giving a normal gentle whisk here. Okay, I'll just be mixing it up properly. Once this is done, I will be taking the other wet thing, which that is of sugar and my ghee, and to this I will be adding my dry ingredients. Whenever I am adding my dry ingredients, I will be adding in parts, not at one go. Okay. So first I will be adding half of this. Then I'll be mixing this with my butter and ghee mixture. Okay. I'll be using my, you can use any of your spoons or something whenever you're mixing. Don't mix it with your hands. Okay, especially whenever you're mixing a cookie dough, never use your complete entire hands while mixing the dough, as because of the heat or heat in your palms, the dough might loosen up. Okay, so whenever you are mixing it, mix it very gently with the help of a spoon or a rubber spatula. Okay, now I have added half of it. I am adding the remaining half of the dough here. Okay, if you feel the dough is not getting combined, just with the help of your finger, first mix up the dough, and then if you feel still it's not getting incorporated well, you can then add some milk, like 1 or 2 teaspoons of your milk, so that your dough gets properly binded. Okay, so now I will be making use of my fingertips, not the entire. I am not going to use my palm. I hope you are all able to see my dough, right? Okay, so see, I don't think I will be requiring any milk as such, because I will be again adding some flavors to it. Okay, and I will be baking them. Now, since I am going to show you live, I am not refrigerating this dough. But if you feel the dough is not, if it's wet enough or something, you can refrigerate it for half an hour, and then you can use your dough. Okay, so now I will not be refrigerating my dough, I will be using it directly. Okay, now I am dividing my dough into 3 parts. Okay, so first, now I am taking this in one part of my bowl. I am taking half of my dough. In the second part, I am taking some more dough here, and in my third part, I will be taking my third dough. Okay. Once this is done, in one portion of my dough, I will be adding some color. Okay, food color. Since I have pista essence at home, I will be using a ready-made pista essence. If you don't have pista essence at home, you can skip this part. It's an optional thing. And instead of that, you can add some vanilla essence. To that, you can add some green food color. Okay, so I'm just adding 1/4 teaspoon of my pista essence. I have added 1/4 teaspoon of my pista essence here, and then I'm going to add some green chopped pistachios inside my dough. To this, I will be adding a normal food color. You can use any food color in a powdered form, or you can use a gel food color. That is also fine to go into the dough. Okay, if you have your regular food colors at home, which you normally use for your sweets, you can add them. To this, I am just adding a drop of my gel color, and I will be giving this a nice mix. Slowly you will find the color will get incorporated. If you need some more color, you can add it. I usually prefer adding less of color, but today I will be demonstrating 3 types, so I am just adding one more drop of my green color. See, look at the color. Okay, this is what I am looking at. Once this is done, see the color gets it's well incorporated. Now I will be using I'll be using a different dough. Okay, to this just let me wash my hands. To this dough, if you have homemade milk masala at your home, you can add some milk masala here. See, I have some milk masala at my home, so I just added like 1 teaspoon of my homemade milk masala. Okay, to this I will be adding my kesar pista essence. If you don't have essence at home, kesar pista, you can soak saffron in milk. Kesar, you can soak it in milk and use that liquid into your dough. Okay, since I have this essence at my home, I'm just adding a drop like 1/4 teaspoon of my kesar pista essence. Okay, to this I'll be adding yellow color. Okay, I have added some yellow color to this, and I'll be adding my pista flakes. Almond flakes. Okay, and I am giving it a nice mix. Okay, I am mixing in the color. If you want the cookies to be on a orange side, you can add some orange color to it. I have baked some of my orange cookies. Okay, if you want to add some, if you want to give it a different flavor, like if you want to give it say some blueberry or something like that, you can go with blueberry essence and just add the color accordingly. Okay, now see, this is the color that I have got after mixing in all my ingredients. Now I'll just be taking this in my bowl. Once this is done, I am taking my third thing. I'll just wipe off my bowl with tissue so that the flavor don't get mixed up. Now I am taking my third dough. To this, I will be adding some coffee powder. Okay, you can take Nescafe or Brew Cafe powder, whichever you like. You can add that. I'll be taking 1 to 1.5 teaspoon of my coffee powder. To this, I'll be adding some choco chips. If you don't have choco chips at home, you can skip that part. Okay, and similarly I'll be mixing it up. because I want these cookies to be a normal coffee flavored cookie just with some chocolate chips. Okay. Now we are done with all the three things. Okay. So we have this coffee, we have this pistachio cookie, we have this kesar pista flavored cookie. Okay. Now you have to take a baking tray and line it with a parchment paper. Since I was looking for parchment paper, I couldn't find, so I have added a butter paper. Butter paper is a bit thinner than the parchment paper. So whenever you are taking your butter paper, see to it that you take 2 layers of your butter paper so that your cookies don't get burned from the bottom. Okay, I'll just get my baking tray which I have already lined up with my parchment paper. I have lined up my baking tray with a parchment paper, and now I'm not using any cookie cutter as such, but I'm just taking my normal, with the help of hands, I'll just be rolling it. Now as I mentioned earlier that you have to take even size of your cookies so that they get baked evenly. So I'm taking say 1 tablespoon of my cookie dough. Okay, just roll it properly and just give a press here. So in the meantime, I have already started preheating my oven. So I am preheating my oven at 160 for 5 to 10 minutes. If you are using a kadai, preheat your kadai first and then you bake your cookies. Okay. So I am rolling my coffee cookies. Just rolling cookies can be a time consuming process, but it's pretty fine. Okay. You can garnish this coffee cookies with some chocolate chips on the top. Okay. Everyone is able to see. Sorry friends, there might be some, because of network issue, there might when the video gets loaded, but I'll be putting across on my page your cookie dough. Similarly, you can just put it in your spoon, because I want all my cookies, as all these cookies will be going at one go. I have preheated my oven. I'll just switch it. Even if there are some cracks, that's pretty fine. I hope this is a very simple recipe. You all can give a try. Whenever you're giving your recipes a try, do tag us, do feedback so that it can help us in coming up with more sessions in this lockdown period. So, like many have requested for a snack, something of a snack session kind of. I'm just looking. I'll just keep you updated if I'm planning anything, maybe Sunday or coming week. Now I'm done with my pistachio cookie rolling as well. Now to this you can give a small indent in the center, or just with the help of a knife you can just cross it. So you can just give some indent like this with your knife. And in the center you can add some pista flakes. Now let me get my third part, which is so since I have added some syrup and all this, so I am finding it this dough a bit on the rougher side, so I will just add half a teaspoon of milk or half a teaspoon of water. I have added half a teaspoon of milk here. I am taking it so that it is easier for me to mix. If you find if you find your dough a bit on the hard side, then adjust it using half a teaspoon of milk or half a teaspoon of water. Okay, now this seems to be a perfect dough for me to roll. Again I am taking same cookie size here. Rolling it the same way as my other cookies. Look at the color. These are going to be really yummy cookies because I have added milk powder to this. You can even add custard powder if you like the flavor of your custard powder. You can add custard powder as well, like 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon of your custard powder to these cookies. And once your cookie gets baked, do not remove them immediately. Let them stay in your oven for say 5 minutes so that they cook properly. And once they have cooked, get them out, get them on your wire rack, or just keep them under fan for 10 minutes till they are completely cooled down. Your cookies have to be completely cooled down before you are storing them. Okay, the crispiness of your cookies will retain if you store them properly. Okay. So I am done with all my cookies. Just the last one. I hope these small efforts from my side are helping you out. Okay. Now similarly, you can give some indent here with the help of your fingers. To this, I will be adding my almond flakes. Aren't these interesting? Okay, now I will be baking them at 170 to in between 160 and 170 for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so I'll just show you the baking. I'll just show you how it, once I'm getting them baked. Okay. I have already preheated my oven. Okay. I am baking now. My cookies are getting baked here. I'm using like a 160 to 170 temperature, and I'm baking them for 15 minutes. Okay, so you can bake it in kadai, same way, like 10 to 15 minutes. It might take a bit longer when you're baking it in your kadai. Okay, so let these cookies get baked. In the meantime, I will show you some of my cookies which I have already pre-baked. Okay, with a different orange color I have baked. And I will show you the crispiness of those cookies. Once these cookies get baked, I will post the pics of my baked cookies here. Okay, so look at these cookies that I have baked, and look at the crispiness here. I will show you. See, so because of a bit on the higher temperature I have baked, but still if you can find, they are quite crispier. Okay, so I have baked few of these cookies. See. Enjoy and happy baking, and do get back to us with your cookie pics, with your baking, and if you need any help from my side, do let me know. I'll definitely share a recipe of this cookie once again on my page, and also I'll be sharing the pics of my baked cookies once it's done. Okay, enjoy, have a nice day, bye.